Welcome to practice. If you clicked play on this practice, it's probably because you are a beginner, or you want to go back to the beginning, you want to go back to the basics, or you want to remember how the beginning was for you, or maybe you're just completely new to the practice and you're like, I'm just going to start here or begin here, right? Whatever your situation is, welcome. What I mean by beginner's mindset is oftentimes the beginning stages of everything that we do in life is always the most exciting, right? We're learning, we're listening, we are attracted to this thing. That's why we keep doing it, right? There's this curiosity. And then we do it and do it and do it over and over and over again. And sometimes we get into like this routine or a rut, and things have to shift up a little bit. We have to change a little bit for that excitement to return. So this practice, yes, it will be for a beginner style, but it will also help you to kind of take things slow in this flow, but also really looking at what happens in the beginning of a journey, right? Truly, what is the essence of your arrival here? Why did you come to this practice? Why do you want to do yoga? Not because you should, or it's good for you, or your neighbor's doing it, or someone else is doing it, and you felt inclined. But why truly do you want to do this practice? What's the pull? And that pull will, of course, change in time. It will change in time. For example, for me, my pull was really connecting with the breath work of the practice, pranayama. I started my journey in breath work and then in meditation, and then I found the physicality of it. So it might be like that for you too, or it might be first finding the physical first, and then maybe the meditation, then maybe the breathing, then maybe the yin practice, the restorative practice, right? All the practices that yoga encompasses. But truly, why did you show up today, right? What is asking you to begin again? So let's get started. Come onto hands and knees. Take your hands under your shoulders, so you have a straight line of energy from your wrist to your shoulder, one line. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Index fingers are facing forward, and your thumbs are at this diagonal. Okay, so you want to make sure your first finger is directly facing the long edge of your mat. That's how you can find your alignment in this tabletop position. Tuck your toes. As you tuck your toes, you're going to feel the balls of your feet. This gives you more stability in the shape. Now, from here, make circles, big circles, clockwise. As you make the circles, just wiggling from your hips, just moving any sort of stagnant energy that you may notice already, right? You might be like, oh, I can feel this and I can feel this. Oh, this feels nice. This feels a little tight. This feels a little tangled. So just notice the narrative, your story, your dialogue that you're having, and then switch the circles. Go the opposite direction. Think of this more of just a flow. You're just kind of flowing here, making those big circles. And then gently from here, come back through center. So as you come back to center, back into tabletop, hands and knees, kick your right leg all the way out, look forward. Feel the length of your right leg. Feel the stability of your hands. Now pull your ribs in, okay? Pull your ribs in so you're cinching your waist, and draw your shoulders back so they're not here around your ears, but they're pulling back towards the back of your mat. From here, take your right leg out to the right. Press into the right foot. Then flex your right foot so your toes are pointing up towards the sky. Then glide your hips just slightly back. Just let your head go here. As you inhale, come back to center. Bring your foot down so your toes are facing the front of your mat. As you exhale, flex your right foot and just glide back. One more. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, glide your hips back. Be gentle with that right leg. Try not to lock the knee. Now this time, come forward. Take your right leg all the way back. Push into your hands. This time we're coming into plank pose. Send your left leg back. Hold here, breathe. Press into your palms. Drop your knees just for a moment. Then from here, look forward. Pick up your knees back to plank. Draw your shoulder blades back. The heels are reaching back. Push into the hands. Pull your ribs in a little bit more. Feel the stability. Stay here, breathe. Take a pause. Drop your knees gently, softly. Then from there, come back into your plank. Hold, breathe, breathe, breathe. Push the floor away. One straight line of energy, right? Your hips are not here, right? They're level with your shoulder blades. One big line of energy. Drop your knees down to the floor. Send your left leg all the way back into a half plank. Hold here. Then send your left leg out towards the left. Feel into the ball of the foot, the whole sole of the foot, and then flex your left foot and glide your hips back. Left toes are facing the sky. Again, come forward, bring your left foot down, shoulders over your wrists, and as you go back, flex your left foot. Left toes are facing to the sky. One more time. Inhale, come forward. Draw your ribs in a little bit more, and as you exhale, go back and just hold here for a breath. Feel into your breath. Inhale, exhale, big inhales, big exhales. Come back through center. And from here, send your left leg all the way back into that half plank, and then full plank. Send your right leg back. Hold here, breathe. Push into your hands. Press, press, press. So you're feeling the strength here as you hold it, but in yoga, we also want the flexibility, right? Because we can't just be strong. And we can't also just be flexible. We want to find the balance between the two. That both complement each other. You can stay here, you can drop your knees. If you need a little pause, breathe, 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 breathe. Straight lines of energy, heel to the top of your head. Then drop your knees down to the floor for 3. Slow, slow, slow. 2. Slower. And 1. Bring your knees down to the floor. Open your knees wide. Bring your big toes together to touch. Now you're in child's pose. Walk your hands forward a little bit more. Then from there, just bring your forehead down to the ground. Keep your arms nice and straight. Feel the length. If your hips don't quite reach the floor, that's fine. Do what you can. Now look in between your hands. Walk your hands over to the right. Let your head release. Walk your right hand a little more forward, right? You'll notice that stretch a little bit more. Let your head go. Come back through center. Look at your hands. Walk your hands to the center. Then walk your hands to the left. You'll walk your left hand a little bit more forward. A little more forward with the hands. Let your head release. Breathe into your side body. Keep your mouth shut so that you're breathing in and out through your nose. Try to feel that oceanic breath that's riding the wave of your breath. Feel the waves of your inhale and your exhale. Come back to center, look forward, notice where your hands are going, follow your hands. And then from here, slowly come back to hands and knees, all fours. Anytime your knees are too sensitive, feel free to take something under your knees, maybe a blanket. Okay, whatever you need, tuck your toes. Now, round your spine as you inhale. Round, round, round. Look down and look towards your navel. Look at your belly button. Keep your head dropped. Shoulders are over your wrists. Don't let your shoulders go back. Inhale here. Exhale, switch. Drop your belly down. Now squeeze your shoulder blades. A little soft bend into your elbows, just a little bit. And again, round as you inhale. Shoulders are over your wrists. Look at your belly button. Exhale, squeeze. Lift your butt bones up and your belly drops. Inhale, round. Exhale, arch. And again, inhale, round. Exhale, arch. Now close your eyes and keep going. Round, arch, round, arch, round, arch, cat, cow. Cat pose, this is called cow pose. Keep going, round, arch. Now as you continue to do this, feel the beats, feel the rhythm of your spine. So as you're rounding, you're pushing the floor away. As you're arching, you're squeezing your shoulder blades. This is helping to hydrate your spine. Your spine is so essential. Physically, mentally, emotionally, your spinal cord that is always sending signals to your brain, right? Your brain is affected by your spine. And last one, round and arch. Good. Now let's come into our first downward facing dog. Now lift your knees off the floor, just a little. Keep your knees buoyant, meaning they're soft, they're buoyant, right? They have some space. Then send your hips up to the sky. Keep the knees soft. Look back towards your feet. Now take a look towards your hands. Look at your right hand. Your right wrist aligned with your right toes, okay? One straight line of energy from the toes to the wrist. Make sure that there is that. Then take a look at your left hand, left wrist aligned with your left toes. If it isn't, adjust. Now, to measure how long your down dog should be, come forward into a plank pose. Shoulders are over your wrist, so if you need to move your hands a little bit, the plank position will help you when you go into your down dog. It's the same length. Bend your knees. So nice and buoyant there, chest to your thighs. Look back towards your belly. Draw your ribs in, feel the length of your lower back. Let your head relax a little bit. And try to hug your arms towards one another. Let the head relax even more. Is there anything else that you're holding on to? Now, from here, look towards your hands. As you look towards your hands, lift your hips a little higher. Walk your feet in just a little bit, like a step or two. Shortening your down dog. Bend your knees even more. So much bend into the knees. Take your left hand towards your right shin or the ankle, whatever you can wrap. Push into the right hand. Don't twist, just let your head go. Release. Left hand comes down to the floor. Look forward. Take your right hand to the left shin or the ankle. Hug your hand towards the shin. Pull yourself in. Keep the hips nice and level. Release. Take your hand down to the floor. Now, slowly walk. Very slow though. Very, very slow. A little tippy toe. Then a little tippy toe. Little tippy toe. Lift the heels just a little bit higher. Nice and slow. Take your time. Knees are bent. Push, push, push. And then as you come to the top of your mat, make sure your feet are hip distance. If you need to measure, make a fist with both hands. Take the fist in between your feet. Walk the feet in. There you go, hip distance. Now from here, relax your arms, drop your head. Bring your belly to touch your chest. Let your head go. As you inhale, hands to your shins. Lengthen your spine. Push, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees. Let your arms go, your head go, fold. 2 more. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. 1 more. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now keeping your knees bent, reach your arms all the way out to the side. Open the arms. Now look forward and push into your feet slowly. As you push, straighten the legs. Reach up and up and up and up and up, all the way to the sky. Look at your hands. Follow your hands. Let your palms touch. This is not a back bend. Just keep reaching the arms up to the sky, not back. Then as you exhale, hands to your heart. All right, take a pause here for a moment. Look at your feet. Make sure they're nice and stable. From here, hands to your heart space. Close your eyes for a moment. And just feel yourself standing. So simple, right? Feel the nuances. Notice how you feel. Take a big inhale with me together. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Maybe open your mouth. I'll let that go. Let the eyes open. Reach the arms out. All the way up. Look up. Reach up. As you exhale, open your arms like you're diving into the beautiful, clear crystal sea. Fold. Halfway lift as you inhale. Hands to your shins. Lengthen your spine. Shoulders plug back. Exhale, release your hands and step your left leg back slowly. Bring your left knee down to the floor. Keep all 10 toes anchored to the floor. Now, from here, take your hands, both hands, into the right thigh and push the thigh to lift yourself up. The right knee is over your right ankle. So if you're sinking down and the knee is going way past you, walk your foot a little more forward. So as you sink into that lunge, you have these lines of energy, heel to knee, knee to hip. Use your hands to lengthen. Feel the length of the thigh there. Now lean back just a little bit, lean back. You can stay here or reach your arms up to the sky, right? If this is too much for your balance, just keep your hands on your thighs. Lean back, feel into the front left thigh, right? There should be a sensation right there in that left thigh. Now, take your left hand all the way up to the sky. Reach up, 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 up. Take your right elbow to your right thigh and just a gentle side bend. If you can go a little bit deeper, maybe take the right hand down to the floor. If that's too much, elbow to the thigh. Maybe hand to your hip. Take what you need. Left hand comes down to frame the right foot. So your left heel and your left wrist is in a straight line. Pick your left knee off the floor. Hug this right hip back. Plug that right hip back. Stay low. Reach your right arm all the way up to the sky. The palm is facing the long right side of your mat. Breathe. You're in a twist. Spin your chest open. Now lean back just a little bit more. Lean back. Hug your hips towards each other. And release. Take the right hand down. Now from here, straighten-ish the front leg just a little, like you're just trying to straighten that right leg. Then rebend the right knee. From here, step back into plank pose. So you can either step back with the right knee bent or straighten-ish the front leg, pick the foot up and step it back into a plank pose. Shoulders are over your wrists, heels lengthening back, drop knees. Bend your elbows halfway. Now you can stay here or pick your knees off the floor. You're in a low push-up. Drop knees, come all the way down to your belly. Keep your hands where they are, hug your elbows in, untuck your toes. As you inhale, cobra pose. Knees are lifted, push into your hands just a little bit. Exhale, fold. 2 more like this, cobra. Push into your hands, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. The neck is long, the breath is long. Inhale 1 more time, last time, push, cobra. Exhale, release. Tuck toes. Come into hands and knees, all fours, tabletop. Then send your hips back. Active child's pose. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Inhale, plank pose. Find your plank. So shoulders are over your wrists. Your knees lift up. Keep the hips level, right? So you're not here, right? But you're here. You're lengthening. Pull your ribs in. So you're hugging all the stuff here, right? That you kind of squeeze out and you arch. Pull it in as much as you can. Inhale. Bend your knees. Lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Left toes aligned with left wrist. Right toes aligned with right wrist. Take a look and see. Feel the lines of energy, right? Feel your lines today. Then from here, lift your heels as high as you can. Look forward, tippy toe. 1 foot at a time. Try to stay on the ball of the foot. Lift the heel even more. You're going to feel into your hamstrings, the back of your legs. Take your time. Slower, the better. We're not rushing. Slow, slow, slow. Feel the push of your hands, your arms. Good. Push, push, push. You're rising the temperature, feeling a little more heat. Then bring your feet hip distance. Again, if you need to measure, 2 fists in between your feet. All 10 toes are facing forward. Hands to your hips. And as you inhale, push into the floor. Come all the way up to rise. Reach the arms out and all the way up. Look up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach the arms out and all the way up. Look up. Exhale, dive down, fold, hinge through your hips. Soften your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine, hands to your shins. Long, straight spine, shoulders back. As you exhale, bring your hands down. Step your right leg back. Look back just to see. Slow, slow, slow. Mindfully. Drop your right knee down to the floor. Gentle, but with power. Now from here, take your hands over towards your left thigh. Push the thigh down and lift the chest. The sensation is going to be around here. So if you're sinking into this left knee, see what I'm doing? My knee is way past my ankle. I don't want that. What I want is my knee and my heel to be aligned. So I have to walk my foot a little bit more forward. Now as I sink in, I'm aligned, but I'm also feeling the sensations here. Now, if you feel like you're just kind of dumping your back, pull your ribs in, lean back just a little bit. Breathe into this, right? This is what we want to feel, into the psoas muscle. You may choose to stay here. Maybe your right arm reaches up to the sky and then the left arm. Then either left elbow to your left thigh or left hand to your hip or the floor side bend. Okay, whichever one you would like. Feel into the whole right side body. Now don't close. Open, 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 open. Lean back a little bit more. Then gently release. Take your right hand down to frame your left foot. The wrist of your right hand and the heel of your left foot is in a straight line. So again, you're looking for lines of energy. Push into your right hand. Lift your right knee off the floor. Squeeze your inner thighs. Reach your left arm up to the sky. Look at your hand. Spin your chest open. Your right shoulder, plug it away from your ear. Lean back just a little bit more. Now can that left arm reach up a little higher as you send your right heel back a little bit more. Breathe in. Exhale, release. Left hand comes down to the floor. So we're going to find plank pose, but before we do, just straighten-ish the front leg, meaning lift your hips a little bit high to the ceiling. Or to the sky, wherever you are. And then from here, rebend your left knee. Plank pose. Push into the floor. Try to lift your left foot slowly. Step the left leg back. Plank. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Push into the floor. Now here, watch my shoulders. Round your upper back in plank. Not your hips, so don't lift your hips. Just the upper back. Then from here, soften. Okay, so we're going to do it again. We're going to round, and if you want, you can drop your knees here. We're rounding, and then we're coming back to a neutral. So round, just the shoulders, and then neutral. Couple more like this. If you want more of a challenge, the knees are lifted. So it's kind of a rounded plank, and then neutral. One more, round, and neutral. The knees come down to the floor if they're not already. Take an inhale. As you exhale, bend your elbows just halfway, like you're in a push-up. Now hold here. If you want more, lift your knees off the floor. Bring the knees back down, all the way to your belly. This time, take your hands to the wood floor or the carpet, whatever you have. Climb onto your fingertips. It's what I call spider fingers. Spidering your fingers, push into your fingertips. And as you inhale, lift. Make the lift more about your chest, right? So it's not about your head. This is not a lift, right? You want the lift to come through your chest. From there, the neck is neutral. Really use your legs so you're supporting your lower back. Exhale, slowly come down. Slow, slow, slow. 2 more like this. Inhale, push the floor away. Your head is the last thing that comes up as you ascend. Then fall, descend. One more time. Push, rolling, cobra. Inhale, let your head be the last thing that comes up. Breathe. Breathe. And as you exhale, slowly come on down. From here, take your hands under your elbows. So find your elbows, take your hands under them, bend through your knees, tuck toes. Then from here, all fours, hands and knees, exhale, glide your hips back, active child's pose. From here, come onto hands and knees, untuck your toes. So now your toes are on the floor. Let's take the right arm, we're gonna take it under the left. So here's what we'll do, thread the needle. Right shoulder comes down, right ear comes down. Walk your left hand forward. Breathe here. Left hand comes closer, push into the left hand, release, back to hands and knees. Left arm reaches all the way through to the right, left ear down, left shoulder down. Walk your right hand forward. Breathe here. And gently release. Take your right hand close towards you, push into the floor. Come on to hands and knees. All right, from here, you'll take your feet to one side, doesn't matter which side, and you'll just take a seat, and you'll bring your feet forward in front of you. You'll bring the soles of your feet together, so you're creating this diamond shape, and let your hands find your ankles or your shins. So you could be here, or you could be here, and just lift your chest, inhale. As you exhale, bend your elbows, and let yourself just fold. Right, you could be here today, just let this be as it is. First, just kind of feel the length of your spine. And then maybe just walk your hands closer towards your toes a little bit as you let the spine just kind of fall into more of this passive rounding. Let your head go. Come back to your breathing. Push the floor away. From here, straighten your right leg out to the right. Pull your left foot in. Take your left hand behind you, right hand to the left knee. Just a gentle twist. Look back. To center. Switch. Left leg opens. Pull the right foot in. Right hand behind you. Left hand to the right knee. Gentle twist. Look back. Bend your back elbow a little bit. You can stay on the palm or your fingertips. Back to center. From here, straighten your legs. Separate your feet hip distance. Bend your knees a little bit. Scoot your hips forward a little bit more. Keep your knees bent so you've got this beautiful curve. Reach your arms up to the sky. Inhale. As you exhale, go forward, 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 forward. You might catch your shins. You might catch the ankles. You might even catch the edges of your feet. Let your head go, round your upper back. Lift your torso up. Bend your knees so your feet are flat on the floor. From here, bend your elbows. You're in this cactus position. Inhale. Long spine. As you exhale, now round your upper back and slowly come down for 5, 4, 3, 2. As you come down, pick your feet off the floor. Pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. Drop your knees to the right. Open your left arm out like a half T shape. Twist. Bring your knees to center. Switch. Drop your knees to the left. Right arm opens to the right. You can hold your top leg with your left hand. And come to center. Bring the soles of your feet together to touch. Your knees are open wide. Just catch a hold of your shins or your ankles. Pull your feet closer towards your groins. Arms are straight here. Let your feet go into your final relaxation. Let your legs go. Let your arms go. Drop everything down to the floor. Any little movements, fidgets, do all of that here. And then let yourself drop in. Let yourself relax to this final shape, Savasana. Let your breath return to its natural rhythm. Let your physical body process all of that. All the movements, the poses, what you felt, where you created a little more space for yourself. Just take in where you are in your life. Where you are beginning again. What it takes to begin again. What it takes to be in the space of the beginner's mind. The newness, the intricacy. Sometimes it can be overwhelming to begin, but all you have to do is just begin. So the next time you may ask yourself, well, how do I begin this thing? You begin by just showing up. You begin by beginning. Don't worry about the how. The how will just naturally show you and come into your being the more you keep showing up for yourself. To continue to begin. Wiggle your fingers, your toes. Wake up your body. Zip your legs, reach your arms up and overhead so you're in a very long line. Point your toes, give yourself a nice long stretch. Then from here, bend your knees. Sway over towards the right side with your knees. Just use your right arm as a little pillow. Push the floor away. Come on up into a comfortable seat, however way you would like to sit, cross-legged or sitting on your knees, whatever feels comfortable there. Let your hands rest on your knees or your thighs. Close your eyes. Take a moment just to notice how you feel. Let your hands join together at the heart space into a prayer. This is a symbol to just honor yourself. Give a little prayer for yourself. Give a little prayer for the world. A little prayer for those who need it in this moment. A little prayer for yourself. Set your intention right now, your intentionality for the rest of your day, your week, your month, your life. Set it here and remember it. And every time you remember it, there's this moment of opportunity to be that change. Take one more breath in and a clearing exhale out. From my heart to yours, namaste.